Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fusion 360 Sketches Part 2. Today we're going to work a little bit on circles and develop some other shapes such as an hexagon, okay? So it's very basic. I'm going to teach you a little bit of arcs. There are two ways of developing these arcs, and we are going to notice that we have some inclined lines, and it's pretty much what we did the tutorial before this one, but now we incorporated a little bit of circles. So let's get right to it. In my case, I want to start on this point over here, just because I feel that this line over here is by construction. You can see that it doesn't give us a dimension. The rest, we have all the dimensions, we have all these, we have the radius of this curve, and it comes all the way over here. So I'm going to start developing right over here, and then, or I can even start right over here and start creating my dimensions, okay? So let's begin with Fusion. So on the top view, on a new document, I'm going to click on the top view, okay? Make sure this is the top view where I'm going to create my sketch. Okay, I'm going to click on my sketch, and then I'm going to start creating my drawing. So I'm going to start right over here, just because I think that's easier. So it says 4 down, 3 to the right, and 3 down. We'll start with a line, which is 4 down. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in, just because it's just 4 millimeters. So 4 down, and then I have 3 to the right. I'm going to click, and then I'm going to go 4 down. Okay. Then I'm going to click, and then I have all this, which is pretty much 14 millimeters, and then we're going to change this radius, this fillet. Okay, and change this fillet. So I'm going to go over here, and it's going to be 14. Okay, I'm going to click, and then I'm going to go up. It says up, it's 10 millimeters. I'm going to go 10 up. Okay, I'm going to click, and now in this case, since I have like this arc over here, I am just going to draw. I'm going to leave my mouse left button pressed right on this point. I'm going to leave it pressed, and you can see I have an arc. So right now it doesn't matter a lot, like the distance. I'll change the radius in a minute. So I'm going to just do it more or less like here. Okay, and then I have 2.4. Okay, and it's 2.4. I'm going to click, and then this and this is my construction. So I'm going to go all the way where I started. Okay, right over here. This is my starting point, and I have my complete construction. So you can see the black lines are lines that already have a sketch dimension. They cannot be modified. I can modify all the blue lines, okay, just by changing some of the elements. So right now I'm going to make this smaller so you can see. So it's a little bit more organized. Okay. And I have two things that I need to complete. I need this fillet, which is just a radius. Okay, it says radius of 3. So I have an option right here that's called fillet, and I'm going to look right at the corner, and I'm going to establish the size. Press 3, so I have my fillet. Okay, it says constraints and dimensions were removed, of course, because now I have 10 millimeters here, 14 millimeters here, but I have a radius of 3. So I'm going to just move it right here so we can see it a little bit better. Okay. Okay, and the same with this semicircle over here, where I see that there's a 4 millimeter radius. Okay. Okay, so I can just sketch the dimension. Just click here and see which one it is, and I can just put 4. Okay, that didn't work. It's because it's not the radius of this. Okay. Okay, since this is the diameter, okay, it looks this is the diameter of 4. So this is a semicircle. So actually this would be a radius of 2, which is when I'm looking for the radius, because I always put these curves in terms of the radius. This is telling me that the radius is 2. Okay, so I'm going to change this value to 2. Okay, now I get my dimension, and that's pretty much it. Now what I need is to create an hexagon and a circle right over here. Okay. Okay, so when I create this fillet right over here with a radius of 3, it generates a center point. This is the center point of this portion or this section of the circumference. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a construction line. On your right, on the sketch palette, you can see an option that says construction. If you click on this construction, you can create lines that will help you analyze or help you draw some other things. So this is just a construction line, and if I go near a tangent point of this curve, I can click on it, and you can see that it goes right through this point. So it doesn't matter the size of this line. This line is just a construction line, and I'm going to make another one right at the point that is tangent to this curve. I'm going to make another construction line. Okay, remember, again, it doesn't matter that I just want to see that. Make sure that it goes right through this point, which is the center point, because there's where I'm going to create, that is my center point of the circle, where it has a radius of 1.6. Okay, so now I'm going to create a circle of radius 1.6, and I need to take away the construction option, so I get a complete line. Okay, so I have my 1.6. I'm going to leave it there so I can see it better, and these construction lines allow me to see where I got it from. Okay, the same thing I'm going to do with this hexagon. With this semicircle, I got the center point. Okay, if you want to make a construction line, which is just to make sure that it goes right through that point, you see there's a little change there, so this point is not exactly the one that I was looking for, but this point is the center point. Okay, so I'm going to do my hexagon, because there's a, you can see here, there's a little space. Okay, little line, so it's not perfectly, but I need the center point, which is the same center point of this semicircle. So it's telling me that it's side 2. So I'm going to create a polygon, and I'm going to talk about a circumscribed polygon. Right here, as soon as I click, I can change the size. Okay, so place the center point. Okay, so as soon as you click on the center, you will get the number of sides. So you want to create an hexagon, right? And that your hexagon is 2. So this is 2. Okay. So if this is 2, the radius is 1. So we're talking about a radius of 1. Okay. Enter. And now we can see that the diameter of this hexagon is 2. So you can see we finish our sketch. This line by construction, you can just click on it and see that this is 5.037, which is driven. Okay, and that's pretty much it. It's your exercise. Now you have to. It's your time to shine. So the exercises I propose are right over here. Let me show you the one that you should make. Okay, so this is your exercise. Make sure that here are all the lines. Here are the radius. You have the radius of each of those lines. Where you have repeated, for example, R2, you have R2. Okay, to make sure that they are exactly the same. Okay, R2 and R2 are the same. Okay, so you can finish with this exercise. All these R2 is just 2 millimeters. Okay, this is the radius of these curves, and that's pretty much it. In order to get full credit of your activity, it is important that you develop, not this one, maybe try, see where you can get to get a full credit for, you can at least try to do this one by the end of the of this lesson. Okay. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts or need help, just let me know. You can leave a comment or put it on our educational platform. Okay.